Okay, everybody, it's Mike Lutzel again for the VPs. Just to refresh some people's memory on Sliderocket, this is something that we pitched at the beginning of the year, but just as a refresher for some people. Again, best way to find most things is go to Google, click in Sliderocket, and then you will come to the Sliderocket screen. You can create your account for free. Now, most VPs would have already created that, but again, email, password, and you're in. I'll just sign in to mine. And you'll see when we come in that it will be a launching pad right off the spot that will give you the presentations that you've done and that you're currently working on. It's all there so that you can do what you need to do with it or create new ones. So we'll just wait for it to load. So there it is. There it's loading. You'll see the next news. A couple of the presentations there in administrative spectrum. So you see all your presentations right there. You see the slides. You can get a sense of what you're doing. You can create new ones from here, or you can edit on these. So if you wanted to edit, let's just say, we'll go into that. And there's the buttons here where you can preview, so you can see what it looks like full screen to get a sense of it. Are all the links working? Those sorts of things. And then to edit it. So we're just going to go into edit. I'm not going to go into detail about every button and what they do, but just the basic navigation of the page. Again, on the left-hand side here, the way it basically works is really a four-panel approach if you're looking around. At the top, you've got your basic drop-down menus for file and all these sorts of things, and we'll get to those in a second. But really what you're using is these ones on both sides. So on here is where you will insert things. So if you want a text, pictures, videos, shapes, charts, those sorts of things are down here. So this is where you add things, and then on this side is where you edit those things that you are adding, whether it be for color, the layout of it, the positioning of it, the size of it, those sorts of things. So really, all you really need to know is on the left side is to add, the right side is to edit. The bottom will show you your screens, similar to PowerPoint. If you're using PowerPoint, they have on the left-hand side, they have all of your slides there. So this is all right here. Okay, so everything's there. You can see, you can move things around as need be. You can add things and take things out that way. So just so you know, if you're going to add media, which is essentially these two buttons, picture and video, it will take you to your media library, essentially. And there's really two ways to do it. If you're going to do, for instance, a film, you can import media. So you would import a video into your library. So let's just we're taking this. And so it will take some time to process to bring that video into your library. That's one way to do it. Now, the good thing about that is what it's doing is it's putting it into your Sliderocket library, which means you do not necessarily need to have the machine you have that video on. As soon as it's up there, you can access it from anywhere. You can access it from any computer that has internet, and it puts it up there, and it's ready to go. So you don't need to worry about that. The drawback about that is it uses up memory space. So you have, as far as what was at the beginning, you have about 2 gigabytes of memory. It will take up space, and eventually, the more videos you have, the less presentations you can do because there's only so much space that you're allowed. So if you want to get around that, what you would then do is be able to go up to Flickr or to YouTube, and you can make a link. So you would just post the link. You would just post the link that you have for the URL. You would just post your URL from your YouTube video, and then it would put it right in. That's a good option in the fact that it is hosted by YouTube, and so it doesn't use space on your Sliderocket. The only problem is it's a link to a YouTube video, and then you might lose people that way. But so it's just deciding what's the best way to do what you need to do. Another option, again, that's the same with pictures. You put them in there, and then you have access to them. Again, you add from the left-hand side, you then edit from the right-hand side, and the edit looks a lot like anything else. It's got how you change from one slide to the other. That's advanced to next slide, which is right down here on the right-hand side. on the click after a certain amount of time if you want to essentially control the way someone works through their presentation, and just move through. Or if there's a video or an audio part of it, when that changes, you move on. So for instance, if you are narrating the PowerPoint or the presentation, and then when your narration finishes, you want it to automatically move. So it's basically a hands-off approach from the user. You can use it that way. And that's the basic ideas of this. And then we can go back from there. So if you go back to the home, there's some other buttons that you want to use here. So for instance, when you've created your account, and you've created one of your presentations and you want to do something with it, you go to share. And so you publish it, so it's published and it's out there, and then it says this presentation is public. So what do you do with it? Well, I can get a public link. So there is, and we've seen this in the newsletter that I send out every other week. It's just a link. So you take that link, you copy it, you paste it into an email, you're good to go. The other way is you can get an embed code to this. What the embed code does is allows you to just take this code, you'd copy that, and then what that would do, you would put that, embed it right into a website or things like that, and then the presentation would just appear right in there. And it's an excellent way to do it, actually, for sure. The other thing that you could do is to just say that this presentation is private. What that allows you to do is just say that it's just there only for access for you to use. So for instance, if you're still editing it and you want to go that way, or if really you don't want anyone to see it, you just want to be able to put up on Sliderocket so that wherever you are, you can have access to that presentation. The beautiful part about that is you don't have to be carrying your computer around that has your PowerPoint on it. And that's the best way to do that. That way you can get to it anytime you want. The other buttons for collaboration, you can form what they're calling companies and invite, with the free version, up to 5 people. And then you can share your presentation and collaborate on your presentation with them. That means that they would be able to edit it, not same time, not real time at simultaneous editing, but they could edit it. But that's the free version. If you bought the paid version, you could do a whole sorts of stuff, and that's really where this other stuff comes along as well. You can't download it. In the paid version, you can download it so you can keep it and do whatever you want with it. So there's lots of things there. Let's go back to the home just to show you one other one. You can import. So what you can do is you can actually take a PowerPoint or a PDF. If you were using a Mac, this would come up as Keynote, not PowerPoint. So you can import a document right in and then be able to edit it for that. So it would come in, and for the most part, your transitions and all your things are there as well, and that way it's universal. Again, why do you use Sliderocket? You use Sliderocket if you want to be able to post this somewhere publicly so that people can view a slideshow of some sort, and it's universal viewer. So it doesn't matter if someone's using a Mac or a PC, it doesn't matter what browser they're using, it doesn't matter, as long as they have access to the internet, they can view it, which is not the case for PowerPoint or for Keynote. If you use PowerPoint, someone with a Mac can't view that. Even someone with a PC that doesn't have PowerPoint on their machine, doesn't have the Microsoft Office, they can't view it. So that's a good thing. Also, it's better than sending someone your actual presentation, because then that person has your presentation and can adapt it. If you want them to be able to do that, fine. But if you don't want them to be able to edit it, then this is the way to do it. You don't want to use Sliderocket. Again, I'm all about, if you're going to use a tool, use it properly and use it at the right time. You don't want to use it if you are going to be presenting in a place where you can't trust the internet. So, for instance, if you're in a place that has shaky Wi-Fi or no Wi-Fi at all, do not use Sliderocket, because you won't be able to get access to it. Again, there's a lot more that you can use it for. There's going to be some great examples of how to use it and how where and how it's being used throughout the board. But just thought I'd give you a refresher. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.